Hi, everyone. My name is Bubba Rostowitz. I just graduated from Grand Island High School, and I'm attending the University at Buffalo next year for environmental engineering. I'm what some may call a tree hugger. I absolutely love being outside, and I'm constantly asking my friends to go on hikes. This is a big reason why I'm going into the environmental field. My goal in life is to help preserve what I consider to be one of the most valuable assets that humanity has, in nature, for future generations to appreciate. When you ask someone what first comes to their mind when they think about Grand Island, other than the bridges, the most common response is its natural beauty and the hometown feel. The flowing Niagara River, the trees blowing in the wind, the birds chirping, all of it coming together to form some of the most beautiful sights in Western New York. However, all of this is at risk. No matter how you look at it, the development of a 3.8 million square foot warehouse is bad for the environment. Will have significant adverse effects on our fragile surroundings. Protecting nature is not something that comes without sacrifices. Sometimes it can be inconvenient or even bothersome. We all know how annoying it is when paper straws fall apart within 5 minutes, but we're all willing to make the sacrifice because we know it's worth it. It isn't hard to recognize that nature has something special about it. The wonderful scenery, the natural beauty, the fresh air. There's a lot more to it though. It isn't really a physical thing that you can see or touch. Rather, something that you can feel inside of you. Native Americans are one of the best examples of appreciating this feeling. They're known to have a synergistic relationship with nature rather than simply profiting off of it. This intrinsic value of nature is something that no assessment submitted by Amazon or TC Buffalo can truly appreciate or recognize. In my opinion, it's truly priceless. When a project of this magnitude is built, it often has to undergo evaluations in order to fully comprehend its impact on the environment. This is known as CRED, the State Environmental Quality Review Act. This act was put in place in order to ensure that our environment is protected during development. In CRED, there are positive and negative declarations, as Kathy said. A positive declaration means there will be adverse environmental impacts, while a negative declaration means there will be no adverse environmental impacts. I think you could probably guess what Amazon and TC Buffalo have requested for their declaration. It was negative. My question for them is, if something this big has no environmental impact, what will? Our environmental subcommittee has consulted with several environmental specialists and organizations, both local and national, and we have come to the conclusion that a positive declaration must happen. It is extremely evident that this project would have significant adverse environmental impacts. We've identified several main areas of concern. Those areas are air, light, and sound pollution, water and soil quality, as well as habitat loss and endangered species. Each of these areas will feel negative effects as a result of this project. Air pollution. With so many diesel vehicles constantly running at the facility, microparticulates would greatly increase and pose a threat to both public and environmental health. Light and sound pollution. These may be just simple inconveniences to us, but for animals, especially migratory birds, they put their lives at risk, as these animals depend on the light and sound of their environment to guide them during migrations. Water and soil quality. The runoff from so many impervious surfaces, mixed with oil and chemicals from heavy truck traffic, will contaminate the soil, and the runoff will pollute the Niagara River. And finally, habitat loss and endangered species. Grand Island is right in the middle of the Niagara River corridor. This area is designated as both an important bird area and a Ramsar site, which basically means our island and the area around it is so special that it is of international importance, placing it with places like the Everglades and Yellowstone. A facility this big is certainly going to disrupt the natural habitat of the species who reside in this area. And there are several endangered species who could either occupy this area or an area not far from it. For example, the bald eagle has been identified only a half-mile away at Navy Island. Grand Island has always been known to be a wildlife sanctuary that people can go to view nature in its purest form. We should be pushing for more ecotourism, like Beaver Island or our bike path, that enables us to appreciate nature and protect it while simultaneously helping our economy. By allowing this project to go through, we'd be throwing away all the time, money, and hard work that has been spent over the past few years trying to restore the Niagara River corridor to its glory days. Let's protect Grand Island's fragile environment. Say no to Amazon. Thank you.